These are my note cards. Hi everyone, my name is Tommy Talbot, and my topic is on why public schools are better than private schools. Have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you went to a different school? I often have, but after I've done this research, I'm happy that I went to a public school. I believe that public schools are better than private schools because public schools have a set curriculum, do equally as well on test scores, they have more diversity, and have more extracurricular activities. Public schools have a set curriculum issued by the state of New York, or any state that you are in. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, they stated that curriculum contributes to the development of thinking skills and the acquisition of relevant knowledge that learners need to apply in context of their studies, daily lives, and careers. Curriculum of public schools are issued by the state, and private schools do not have the same thing. Private schools have a curriculum issued by their administration, and they do not have to follow the curriculum issued by the state. My second issue for this topic is test scores. Valerie Strauss of the Washington Post wrote in an article, "It is often assumed that private schools do a better job educating children than public schools. But a new book, The Public School Advantage, shows this isn't the case." This article was very eye-opening to me, and when she stated this book, I knew I had to find it and read some of this book. I was lucky enough to actually find the book, written by Christopher Lubinsky and Sarah Lubinsky, and they stated why public schools outperform private schools. And they also stated in their book that there's no difference in the test scores between private schools and public schools. One quote from their book that actually caught my eye was, "Fourth grade reading test scores were virtually the same between the schools, and the math scores from public schools were higher than private schools." This quote, shout out to me, that just supporting my belief that public schools are better than private schools. Another issue on this topic is diversity. Diversity is greater in public schools than private schools, and the great school staff stated that students who attend schools with a diverse population can develop an understanding of perspectives of children from a different background and learn to function in multicultural, multi-ethnic environment. This quote was also very important to me because diversity is growing in the world today, and when you get out in the workforce, you're not going to be working with the same type of people. You're going to be working in a diverse environment, which is why when you're in school, being in a diverse environment will benefit you in the future, which is why I believe public schools are better than private schools because they show more diversity. Lastly, other services that public schools offer are special education, advanced classes, and extracurricular activities. Private schools offer some of these too, but not to the extent that all public schools offer it to. According to UnderstandingSpecialEducation.com, they stated that a district may agree to provide an ISP student with dyslexia with 30 minutes of reading tutoring per week. However, if the child was enrolled in a public school, they could receive daily support class of 55 minutes. 55 minutes is obviously greater than 30 minutes, which just supports why public schools have more to offer for students than private schools can offer. According to privateschool.about.com, Private schools recently, the top schools have eliminated A&P classes. This was very important to me because I took advantage of A&P classes in high school, and it really helps you when going to college because these classes that you take in high school will actually transfer to most schools, and if you pass them, you get the credit for the class in high school, and you don't have to take that course in college, which saves you time and it saves you money because it could save you a semester if you take enough courses. So that's why I believe public schools are also better than private schools, because most public schools can offer those A&P courses to their students, and some private schools are ending up dropping those classes, which is unfortunate for those students. Lastly, sports. I'm a big sports fan myself. I think they're great to students, especially in high school. And some private schools don't have sports. So these students that attend these schools, I mean, you're there for the education, but they will never have the chance to play for their school. They can play like in clubs in their area, but I think it's really important to play for your school. It's just something I believe in, which is why most public schools, I think they're better than private schools because they offer this to students. So you've learned why public schools are better than private schools because of their curriculum. Their test scores are equal as private schools. They show more diversity, and they have more extracurricular activities for students. Thank you for watching this speech, and I look forward to watching your speeches. Bye.